Да, вот эти центральные убери. Еще дальше. Это не надо дальше, на желтом убери все.
Dear spectators, 1 minute to go. Final geçen bir dakika kaldı.
Big welcome to this 2017 Tashkent Judo Grand-Prix here in Uzbekistan. Now, Tashkent is situated in the northeastern part of Uzbekistan and is the largest city in Central Asia. Now, the IJF Judo Tour continues and more great judo we've seen today and we're expecting tonight as well in this final block. Just over 200 judokas doing battle for valuable world ranking points. Now, joining me in the commentary position is once again my co-commentator Sheldon Franco-Rooks, and he's going to introduce the first of our medal matches here on day one.
A very good afternoon, Neil, and a very good afternoon to everyone at home. The first of the medal matches is a bronze medal match in the under 48 kilo category, and it features Nodira Gulova of Uzbekistan. She's up against Maria Pertskaya of Russia. It'll be Gulova in the white judogi, Pertskaya in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Frank Wolf of Germany.
I meant what I said. We've seen some great judo today, and I can tell you now, the atmosphere in here is absolutely amazing. That crowd goes right the way up to the rafters, it does, and they're everywhere here. It's great atmosphere.
Opening day of competition is always good to see a good crowd in.
Gulova straight into the attack here in Newaza, and that's good to see. Good transition. We want to see the transition from standing down to ground. It's not just about standing, of course, here and throwing your opponent, but we have three ways of winning on the ground as well: by strangling, arm locking for a submission, or holding them on their back for 20 seconds.
Russian coach for a while looked as though he was half asleep. He's woken up now. He's on the right side in a blue tie. Grigory Suleiman. He's there with his hand on his head for a while. And
that's going to be a score. Was Ari there from Pertskaya? That will wake him up.
He's woken up now. I was going to say he's woken up.
Good feet there by Pertskaya. And the important thing for us is it's almost like the boxing equivalent of the jab. We use the feet to disturb and to change body positioning or to upset the balance, and often to set up bigger attacks, but they can often score big as well. So look out for the feet and how they use the feet.
It's such an important point, Neil, because so many fighters neglect that. Just keeps your opponent, you know, a little bit of distance away from you when you want that space.
Yeah, exactly. And she's going for the arm lock here, Pertskaya. And now she's got the arm out straight. Can she apply it? Yes, she does. Well, did she get the ippon? I think she might have done. Yeah, she did get the ippon. We weren't quite sure.
Just out of our shot, that was.
Yeah, it was. Just out of our shot. So good way to start here. So an arm lock wins it for Pertskaya of Russia. So she wins the first medal of this tournament in the lightest weight category, under 48 kilograms for ladies. Pertskaya of Russia, the winner by ippon.
A competent performance without being overly, you know, exciting. To be honest, all that she needed to do was make sure that she didn't give Nodira a chance to show us those flashes of standing work that she'd done earlier on, because she's a useful little player, Nodira, developing Uzbek fighter. They haven't got many women, apart from Gulnoza Matinyazova, I suppose, in the under 70 kilo category. But
Well, I was hoping that we were going to get obviously replays, so hopefully with some of the fights in the future we're going to get replays, and so we'll be able to have a look at and see in slow motion exactly how it's done.
Yeah, we will, I'm sure, be back with those replays, as Neil was saying. Right then, we've got the second of the bronze medal contests coming up now. Noah Minska of Israel faces Chernovitskieva of Hungary. It'll be Minska in the white judogi, Chernovitsky in blue, and the referee in the middle for this one is Okada Yasuhiko of Japan.
Yeah, well, the Israelis have had a good day, they really have, and they're contesting not only bronze medals but finals as well. So the Israeli ladies team, very, very strong. Men's team as well.
Right, they I can see a few people running around and racing about a bit, so no doubt that there are a few, plugs and things that may have been moved or fallen out or touched accidentally during the break. I'm sure those will get tidied up, and then we'll be back on and offering you that full service. In the meantime, I can see the two fighters making their way into the arena as well. That's a look at Chernovitskieva in the blue judogi, just leaping out that shot. And there is tiny little Noah Minska. I wonder who's in the chair for Noah. Because I'd seen her, but she's been working for a number of different countries, hasn't she? Tanaka Miki of Japan. Yeah, Tanaka.
Chernovitsky is an Olympic bronze medalist from London, and one of the toughest in the category, just trying to find form. I think she's on her third Olympic cycle now, trying to build up for the next Olympic Games in Tokyo. But it all starts early.
I can't see anyone in Hungary upsetting Chernovitsky at 48 kilos. Her biggest job will be to, make the qualification. Yeah, just the qualification. Yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly.
After that, she should be up and running.
Well, saying she's struggling a little bit just to find the form. It's all about finding the coordination and the timing for the techniques. But Minska will be here to fight, so she'll have her work cut out.
Well, Neil was mentioning about the bronze medal that Chernovitsky took in London in 2012. We're here in 17 now, so 5 years after that. It's a while, and as Neil mentioned, this is the third cycle, so motivation comes into it, coming off the boil a little bit, just making sure that you get the timing right, and this is probably the most difficult year. It's the year after the Olympic Games.
I was going to say, there's still a long way to go.
There's a long way out.
Three more years, can I do it?
And having been there on 2 occasions before, there's the question of how badly do I want it?
Well, both fighters now fighting hard for the grip. And Sorisura Kamigoshi there, and that is a technique that she has a lot of success with there. Chernovitsky of Hungary, very aggressive, but also I know that Minska does the same technique. Say if you're going to get caught with a technique, it's normally your own.
Tanaka, the Japanese coach, Ujigari there from Chernovitsky, just missing out. I was just going to say very quickly, Tanaka, the coach in the chair for Noah Minska, was unlucky to be around at the time in Japan when Ueno Yoshio was at her height, double world champion Ueno, and at that time when Tanaka was around, so unlucky for some.
So on the sleeve again there, Chervenitsky will have to attack when she goes onto the sleeve. You can't just push it down and defend. You have to attack from it. If you've got a dominant grip, you have to attack. If you don't, then you can get Shido penalties, and the Shido penalties will show up on the board. Little yellow flag will show up there. 3 of those, of course, and it's all over. Disqualification.
Chernovitsky just shading it for me at the moment. Nothing in it as far as the scores are concerned, but just that looks that little bit better than Minsker at the moment.
I think she looks stronger, doesn't she? And the thing is that she's kind of dominating the match. Is the score going to come from there, though? You never do know in judo, and it can come against the rule of play, and some of the fighters, they just don't read the script and then just decide to do an attack right at the end. Sneak it.
"20-odd seconds left to go. Minsker's got to pick things up here.
Yeah, this could go into golden score, couldn't it? Any score if it goes into golden score, and penalties won't be enough. So if you see any penalties on a board, it will still go into golden score and the penalties will carry over. It has to be a score, an actual score to win.
There's just one single yellow card, a yellow flag that Neil was talking about against Minsker. She comes back strongly on the left side there, low on the left side. Just threatens Chernovitsky for a moment.
Well, we haven't got any Uzbek fighters in the finals, which is a bit of a shame. Would have been a great atmosphere. Just looking up into the stands there, and the Israeli coach is up in the stands shouting from the stands. He was obviously coaching during the actual one of the actual matches got removed, so he's not allowed to sit in the chair. That's why he's not there.
Right, we're into the golden score period then. It's not a natural thing. I say it as though it was going to happen, but it looked that way for some time in the contest. Neither fighter able to get past the defense of the other up to this point.
Yeah, any score now will do it. Any throw, hold down for 10 seconds plus, or arm lock or strangle for a submission, and it will all be over. Penalties count as well, but it will have to be the difference of 1 penalty now. Neither one of them has a penalty on the board. Oh, they have. They've got 1 each, so it will be the difference of 1 penalty.
I didn't see when Chernovitsky.
No, I didn't either. I didn't see it go up. Chervenitsky under pressure now. This is anybody's match. It really is. This is where you've got to dig in. It really is, because this is territory that you're not used to going in, and certainly, you know, we've seen the Hungarian coming out here dominating matches and totally obliterating competition, but it's not happening at the moment. Looking now to try and put pressure on the side of the neck, looking for the strangle.
There we go. See the score down the bottom left-hand side of your screen there. Well, the scoreboard anyway. 1.5 minutes into golden score. Already no score yet. Both fighters have picked up a penalty apiece as Chernovitsky just taps away at the right foot there.
Now that could be on. Is it on? Chernovitsky, could she be in trouble here? Minska throws the hips forwards. If she's underneath the neck, Chernovitsky is going to be in trouble, but it wasn't to happen.
She's had a couple of disappointments recently, has Chernovitsky. She won't want to come all the way out to Tashkent and go back empty-handed. A bronze medal and whatever little prize money she picks up along with it would be...
Oh, it's going to happen! Oh, she just manages to stay on her hands and knees. And it has to be the side that makes contact to get a score, and that will get a Wazari score. Anything from the side. Of course, if she throws them on the back with force, then it's going to be Ippon.
Well, that was one of the strongest attacks that we've seen. Looked for a moment as though she was going to be able to finish, but didn't happen.
Minska had to go in there. She knew that she had to attack to save this. Otherwise, a second penalty will go on if she doesn't attack in the right time frame. Wow, what a tight match.
And it's been a good one. It's actually got better as the contest has gone on, and quite often, you know, they take a bit of a nosedive as their energy levels begin to drain. Another good effort this time.
Yeah, really good. Good Ashiwaza again. Good feet from Chernovitsky. Well, neither one of these fighters giving this up.
And good condition now, nearly 3 minutes into golden score.
Yeah, so don't forget, these have been fighting for 7 minutes total so far. And Sheldon pointed out that we did have a match. There's been a couple actually that have gone over 10 minutes.
And a little bit too far away.
Well, yeah, just too far away, easily stopped it. And she's got to be careful here that the penalty doesn't ensue. It's just going to happen. So she loses it just at the last minute there. Chernovitsky of Hungary will win the bronze medal. Doesn't get much closer than that. And Chernovitsky is really having to dig deep to find any kind of form.
I
thought that last penalty was a bit harsh there. You know, you want to move your opponent to demonstrate that there's some kind of, you know, kazushi involved, and they've actually had to defend against an attack, and just felt that Chernovitsky had to defend it first of all. There's a little bit of something in there, and nevertheless they decided to penalise Noah Minska. She finishes in 5th place. It's Chernovitsky Ava who comes up with the bronze medal win. Right, we come to the final of the under 48 kilo category then. It's Munkbat Urancetic of Mongolia. She faces Milica Nikolic of Serbia. It's the number 1 seed, Munkbat from Mongolia in the white judogi. The number 2 seed from Serbia, Milica Nikolic in blue.
I've got to say, this is one of my favourite judokas in women's judo. Munkbat is just one of the best all-rounders for me, because she's very, very tough standing. She's got some good techniques. She has excellent transition. She not only has good groundwork, but her transition is very good. So it doesn't mean that when they're down to ground she's quite good. She follows it from standing down to ground, and she makes it look very, very easy and very smooth, as if it's part of what she does every day, and she does do it every day. But world champion, former world champion, world silver medalist at the moment, current, and she's against Milica Nikolic of Serbia. And funnily enough, it's 1 each, and they're head-to-heads.
Oh. Nikolic has got one up on the board.
Yeah.
Good for her.
I think she knows quite clearly that she cannot stay in this position here with this woman here.
In the middle?
Yeah, straight away, straight away there, and she's going to find herself in trouble here straight away with Munkbat.
Well, it was one of two things, brave or foolish. She managed to avoid getting caught, so for the time being, we could say that it was brave.
Yeah, just not the place to be. You don't stay on your hands and knees with Munkbat because she scores so many times. I'd say probably a 90% ratio of the times she goes in to the attack, she'll score.
I think Munkbat, maybe Galbadrak, who's gone over to Kazakhstan, Dolgova.
Uranagi, that was close. Now she's in the same position here.
They're possibly the only judoka who can mix it with the Japanese at 48 kilos on the ground. And Neil says there's the possible turnover.
I think that what she's going to do now, twice now she's done that. Nikolic did very, very well. She just spun with the momentum and spun out. And I think Munkbat will change it up next time. All about adapting to certain situations. The ones that adapt best. Now then, is that going to be the outside Komi? She fell into the hold there, didn't she? Well, said we were going to change.
Talk about transition. She hadn't finished off the Teiwaza, and she'd already looked to apply the outside Komi.
Well, you can see there that Nikolic there looks as if she's almost out there, but it's the top half that's under control from Munkbat, and it's going to be all over. Munkbat has held her down.
Only right at the end could you see that the head and top of the shoulders were in contact with the tatami. A real disappointment for Nikolic in losing that, but you give her 20 minutes, half an hour. By the time we come to do the interviews, you see the difference.
Well, like I said, she scores 90% of the time. She knew exactly what she wanted. She was going to beat her down there. It's about changing direction. If you go one way and try and throw somebody, and you go that same way all the time, and then you switch, that's when it normally happens. So she just needed to switch up. She knew she was going to get her on the ground. It's that kind of feeling I get from her anyway. You were right. Teiwaza all the way there, just had real good control with the hands, and she was never going to let that go, was she?
It was so funny. She hadn't completed the takedown yet, but was already looking to apply the Osai Waza. Lovely, lovely example.
And good example of the transition. You know, that's the key point. It's not being good in Newaza and good in Tachiwaza. It's about maintaining control. Watch this. Uses the hands, forces her down onto her back. And Nikolic did try and turn just exactly the same as she had done before, but this time upper part was under control.
First gold medal of the day goes to Munkbat Urantsetsik of Mongolia. We've got another weight category to take a look at. It's the men's under 66 kilo category, and it's an all Uzbek matchup. Mukridin Tilolov faces teammate Sharafuddin Lutfilayev. It'll be Tilolov in the white judogi, Lutfilayev in blue. They're both from Uzbekistan.
Yeah, be interesting, won't it, just to hear this crowd. They'll be right behind them, I'm sure. They'll have friends and they'll have relatives up there.
Referee,
here they come.
Sorry, the referee in the middle for this one is Roland Poiger of Austria. Tilolov is actually ranked higher on the IJF World Ranking list than his teammate Lutfilayev, but well, we'll see how this one pans out. Bragging rights then in front of the home crowd.
I think so. Little domestic sorting going out here with this bronze medal match.
We saw earlier on just how exciting Lutfilayev can be with his throwing techniques.
Tilolov as well. He's a good thrower, big thrower. And I think they're going to go for it. Oh, look at that. Wazari. What an Uchimata that was. Lutfilayev right the way in there. Just managed to turn out, didn't he, Tilolov?
He's going to give him a working over, I tell you. Yeah, and he looks like a young boy, doesn't he, Tilolov? And you can see the kind of dancing little movements. He's definitely confident. Look, Filayev. Little switch there. And
well, often we see in domestic kind of sort-outs, they can kind of cancel each other out. These two just going for it.
He really fancies it here. Look, Filayev. We've only had a minute. He's already given us a nice little show.
Well, he has the sleeve as well, looking for the Uchimata again. But I think he'll switch. He won't just go for the Uchimata all the time. He'll go to the opposite flank as well. Sometimes the unusual grips kind of give it away. He'll grip up on the outside of the jacket, looking for other things, other control. Well, he can't just rest on that score, that's for sure. Now the arm over the top. He means the big Kosoto, Uchimata this time, Tilovov. Well, he can't rest on that, Filayev. He has to attack.
Playing with fire here.
Well, it's going to go 1 for 1, and normally what happens then, a little bit like two boxers going toe-to-toe, you normally know that one of them is going to cop it, and that's the kind of feeling I get here as well. So looking for the Sodi Surikomigoshi, Tilovov. Not like he's dropping. Oh! Uchimata, now was it?
Just the suspicion that he may have used his head. Yeah.
We have to look to see if he uses his head in order to spin.
No,
that was the first
score.
one.
Yeah, that was
Let's have a little look at the second one. Are we going to see it? They're having a look to see if he used his head in order to spin out. Let's have a look now.
Yeah, he does.
So it's going to be Hans Sokomaki and disqualification, is it? It is Hans Sokomaki. So he's lost it because he used the head in order to spin over. He's absolutely beside himself. He doesn't know how to handle it there. Filayev told him to stand up, didn't he? And said, we've got to do this right.
He's only young, isn't he? You can see that from him. He's just let that one get away from him at the end when he finds it difficult to stomach the loss. It's actually in the air when he begins to arch. He's already arching. He hasn't put his head on the mat yet, and he's already arching.
Well, of course, the discussion is whether, in fact, he's thrown there and he's got no control of what he does, which, you know, there's quite a few of us that have the opinion that things like this perhaps shouldn't be classed as Hans Sokomaki disqualification. It's all about intent. So if it's intentional that you put the head down in order to bridge, then it probably should be disqualification. But anyway, that's the discussion. I'm sure we'll be using that one as an example.
When we throw in practice, we don't get that shape. We don't get that shape because our bodies are saying, it's okay, I know I'm going over, I'm going to be thrown, and there's a particular shape that you take up. We come to the second of the bronze medal contests now. Abilaykan Shatarov of Kazakhstan faces Doston Roziev of Uzbekistan. It's Sharatov in the white judogi, Ruziev in blue. And the referee in the middle for this one is Vladimir Nutsubidze of Georgia.
Well, the beauty of having an event like this on home soil is that you can put your whole national squad in, and you can have 4 representatives in each weight category if you've got them. And of course, they've got a third with Ruziev here representing Uzbekistan. He's out there. He's ranked 247 in the world. Never got a Grand Prix or a Grand Slam before. Here he is fighting for 3rd place against Sharatov. Well, are we going to... Is that a score? So I think first of all we're going to have a little look, see if that was a Nippon score. Let's have a look at it back, because I just blinked there.
I'll look to see who the 4th Uzbek was. And as I did that, this action took place. Oh, there's another bridge.
So, possibility, and it is definitely the second bridge.
See, these are unnatural shapes for bodies to take. The body takes that shape because it's attempting to avoid the back going on to the mat. The minute you want your back off the mat, you take a bridge position. And there are 2 places where the weight goes. Mostly on the head and then on the feet. That's your position.
That's the thing. Just looking there, wondering how much actual pressure on the head he had.
Best seen from the other side. We've got one more angle.
Did his head touch the ground?
See, for me, you get called for bridging. Whether your head goes on the mat as the major point, for me, is not the point. You've attempted to bridge. Part of the bridge means that some part of the head has got to be in there, either with enough impact to almost break your neck, or just as we saw there, just touching. You bridged.
Yeah.
The minute your head goes on in the bridge position, you're given Hansokumake, despite the fact that that was such a tiny point on that occasion. We come to the final. Neil, it's the final of the under 60 kilo category. Vugar Shirinli of Azerbaijan faces Islam Yashuev of Russia. It's Shirinli in the white judogi, Yashuev in blue.
Yashuev, for me, player of the 60 kilo category so far. We'll see how this goes. But he's got his work cut out here, because Shirinli of Azerbaijan is in his first ever Grand Prix final, isn't it? He actually did make a Grand Slam final. He has done that. But first Grand Prix final, and he's definitely pushing for the gold here. But so's Yashuev. Yashuev has had a great day. He really has. The winner over Litfiliev in the semi-final, and he was the winner of Subanov of Uzbekistan in the quarter-final.
Look out for Shirinli's low. Well, I was going to go talk about the Seoinage first, but that's his second go-to technique.
Toshi and Shirinli opens up the account immediately there, and he's ahead. Wazari up.
Nedim Bey out of Turkey has to referee this one. I'll tell you what, there's going to be some interesting little techniques in here.
That was the great thing, wasn't it? Last year we said the same, that the incredible thing about this event is just the difference in the styles, with the Azeri fighters fighting the Uzbeks and the Kazakhstan fighters, and the Russians, everybody together there, with not what you'd call traditional style of judo, not the Japanese style, certainly not.
I haven't seen Yashuev open up yet. He can. He threw beautifully earlier on.
Yeah, he's got to get grip first. He's just a little bit off the pace here. Shirinli, again, Kouchi this time. Shirinli, and he's just beaten him to the attack every single time.
You know what that is going to do? It's going to frustrate him. Yashuev's going to get frustrated. And when you're frustrated, you make mistakes. Just got to slow down here. Look at the clock. Take a look at the clock. 2:47. There is plenty of time.
There's the Yoko Otoshi. Nice drive off the back leg there. That was the opening score.
Just keep doing what you're doing. He's caught you once. He's made 3 efforts, but he's caught you once. Okay. Good enough to avoid getting caught again. Now you need to break down his defenses.
Yeah, it certainly seems to me as if Shirinli is kind of in control here.
He's got a different tempo, hasn't he?
Yeah, no, he has. He's just beaten him to the attack. He looks confident.
But perfect execution of plan A up to this point.
Certainly Yashuev has to change this. He has to change it up a little bit.
Strong left arm keeping Yashuev out.
Shimata.
Minute 50 odd, still plenty of time. We'll work it out.
Well, we saw one contest, didn't we? Decided on the last second, so we can go right the way to the wire. Shirinli now needs to leave that alone, probably. He's done it enough. Yashuev just managing to stop it every time. Kill it dead. 1 penalty each, and there's a nice Uchimata. That's what he wants.
If his defense is good enough, then he really wants, because he's got the Yuko, to be making those attacks in the middle of the mat area. You give Yashuev the chance to attack him on the ground if your defense is good enough to burn up some of the clock, because you just saw there Yashuev's not interested. He had a chance there to attack him on the ground. There was plenty of time left on the clock. He left it. He fancies that he can throw him.
I think that's the thing about big throwers, is that they always believe that it can happen, and that's what they're building up to, isn't it, all the time?
But cleverly, when it was Shirinli's turn to attack on the ground, he did, and took 8-9 seconds off the clock. That doesn't sound a lot, except when you've got 9 seconds left on the clock. Then 9 seconds, you know, that you burned earlier on is good. Exactly.
Yeah.
So you want to use up every second that you can. We're talking tactically. We've moved away from talking about big, beautiful throws, because this is going to be a tactical battle. What happens in the next 53 seconds between Shirinli and Yashuev is going to be who comes up with the better tactics to finish.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to take big chances now, Shirinli. He just needs to kind of close up shop. Nice Uchimatas, though, and that could have been, it was. Look at that. Oh, my goodness me. Oh, gee. Well, just right, just with the hands there, last 4 seconds, and he equals it all up, and now Shirinli has got to start all over again. Not only is it all evens, he's in a best place here.
Well, we'll see that in the replay. It's Shirinli who attacks here. Sorry, Yashuev attacks, but he then comes back with this attempted Ashiwaza, a little Kouchi, but look where he is. Kouchi, from that position, you're leaning back and away.
Yeah.
The initial attack is the right one, but when you miss with that, you know, falling away Ashiwaza, don't then try and follow it up with a Kouchi when you're falling backwards. It's impossible.
So it's going to go in to golden score here.
They took the score away.
Oh no, they've taken it away.
I thought that that they'd kept the score on, and then I saw Shirinli celebrating. They took that score away.
Well, I've got to say, when I watched it, there wasn't enough control with the hands for me, but for me it was the right decision.
And it was Shirinli who was falling away as opposed to being pushed in that direction.
Yeah.
To be honest, Yashuev only followed him down. He really never pushed.
Yeah,
with any force.
We were looking at one similar to it just in the lunch break, and so we were having a look at one exactly like that, so it's probably why they gave it. So the win to Shirinli.
First IJF gold medal.
That's it.
Now, we were going to say that, weren't we? we knew we were going to get a chance, yeah. So, Vugar Shirinli gets his first ever IJF World Judo Tour gold medal. He's had 2 silvers before, 1 in a Grand Prix and 1 in a Grand Slam. Here is his first Grand Prix gold medal.
Super performance from him. That opening score was enough to beat this very strong Russian Yashuev. Yoko Otoshi kept on the drive, and he kept driving up that back leg. Pulled on that sleeve as well. Yoko Otoshi wins the match.
Zeri coach had just come over to collect some water for Shirinli. Why not? We'll let him have our water,
Yeah, we'll let
won't
him
we?
have some. Yeah.
It's not as though we're going to be drinking it, dying of thirst. Guy's chest is heaving over there. Go on. Right, we've got the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 48 kilo category. The bronze medals go, first of all, to Chernovitsky Eva of Hungary. Big smile as she collects her medal. Maria Petiskaya of Russia collects hers. Not as happy as Chernovitsky. Silver medal goes to a tearful Milica Nikolic, as usual. Oh, I don't believe it. He was about to give her the gold run. That's put a smile on her face. At last. At last. A wry smile from Milica Nikolic as she almost collected the gold medal, but the gold does go to Mukbat Urantsetseg of Mongolia. That could have gone the wrong way, couldn't it?
It could have, absolutely. Yeah.
Really upset.
Well, this lady here was always the danger. Had a couple of attempts at the Sangaku, the triangular strangle there, and definitely did well, didn't she, Nikolic, to turn out of it twice. But it was always going to be the danger, and you just cannot stay in a position on all fours with a lady like this, because she has such good transition, and in the end it was enough to win her the gold.
Now, the national anthem of Mongolia. Well, let's see how happy the family picture is. Maybe they've perked up a little bit, because neither Chernovitsky or Pertiskaya were that happy, but they've managed smiles. And Mukbat obviously has the biggest smile, but it's nice to see Milica Nikolic joining in the party atmosphere and having a bit of a smile in there as well.
Yeah, each one of them, well, they'll get world ranking points. Obviously so important, but not important yet, but it will be.
We come now to the first of the bronze medal matches in the under 52 kilo category. Charlene van Snick of Belgium faces Ariel Bezalel of Israel. It's van Snick in the white judogi, Bezalel in blue. Referee in the middle from Hungary, Gostini Balash. One of the best referees on the circuit now.
Without a doubt, and always asking questions, you know, always wants to know the angle, and, you know, sometimes, of course, all rules are open for interpretation, and it's the interpretation which differs, of course. The rules don't change, but the interpretations do, but he's always asking.
He's also very interested in different opinions from different angles.
No, absolutely. Yeah. The key.
Yeah.
That's the key.
And I've told him I've got plenty of time for him because he's got time for me.
Left against right here straight away. You can see that Van Snick absolutely right-handed. She's wearing white Van Snick, and then Bezalel is left-handed. So the big fight will be for the sleeve, and we can see it, can't we? We've got an aerial view there of it, how they catch the sleeve, control the sleeve, pull it in, and then control it. And it's all about having two hands on. And I mean, I remember the great Abe, you know, that won the world title at under 66 kilograms from Japan, who was interviewed, and he said, once I have two hands on, that's when I throw. Sounds simple, that. Wasn't quite as simple. He made it sound simple.
There'll be another fight going on in the Bezalel household. Who can get the closest to the television? I bet the parents are at home watching now, glued.
I bet everybody watching this one. Now she has the sleeve, Van Snick. Cianagi and Bezalel just managed to stop it, manages to kill it.
Dimitri Dragan in the chair for Charlene van Snick.
Oh, Van Snick tries the Yoko Wakari.
Nice looking shape to that. There was danger for Bezalel there. Just managed to get the arm down.
Just manages to stop it, doesn't she? So Van Snick just managing to change the direction there with that particular technique, going over to the opposite flank. She's got some good newaza as well. It's hard, it's tough newaza, and she's looking for the sangaku. Now notice that she's just inside the yellow area when she starts this. If it goes outside and it's still on, the referee will let it carry on. She's come back up. She wants to flatten her opponent out and then turn it into the hold down. And Bezalel will have to stay there, wait for the mate, and she does. Exactly what she does. Now Van Snick defending. Tries an attack just to make sure that it doesn't happen. So anybody's match, just one penalty up there. Bezalel. Oh, she's gone over. She's gone over for a Wazari. Van Snick just put the hips through that little bit further this time. So there's the Sodi. And then she drives off the back leg just to get the drive. Went out the area, but it didn't make any difference. As long as it starts inside.
Minute to go. Single Wazari on the board. Bezalel still with a bit of time. but Van Snick looks solid in this final. Sorry, in this bronze medal contest.
Well, she's going to come forward now, isn't she, Bezalel? That big arm over the top. She's looking all the time for the Uchimata, and Van Snick just looking for the counter. 34 seconds. Needs to work hard down there, Van Snick. Otherwise, he'll stand him up. He's going to look for the Sangaku again. This time she turns it. Can she get the Israeli onto her back? She has. She's managed to do it. I don't think, wow, that doesn't look quite there at the moment. She's got the upper part under control. Yes, it is. Seconds are ticking away here. Side control is necessary. Obviously, top control is better, but side control is needed. She's got it. She gets the hip on Van Snick.
Just about. Initially, what happened was Bezalel rolled into the osaikomi. It was called, at which point Van Snick then began to unravel, but there was enough there for Balázs to continue the osaikomi. So he did, and in the end Bezalel wasn't able to escape from it, so it was a good call. Looked a little bit ropey at one time, I think.
Yeah, it just didn't seem quite there, but it was in the end. It was all there.
Yeah.
Van Snick looks definitely
suffering.
Yeah, she is. She looks to me to be a little bit tired, doesn't she?
Tell you what, she better get off the mat quick. She's got to get off the mat quickly.
Yeah, definitely something not quite right there, isn't there? Not quite sure what it is. So nice Sorisori Komigoshi from Van Snick. In the end, a little bit more hips went through. And manages to secure a hold. In the end, she had to hold her for 20 seconds. She did two different rolls in order to secure it. Bronze medal for Van Snick. So now to the final. Sorry, no, to the second bronze medal match. Nareks of Slovenia, Pinkalska of Poland. This then for the second bronze medal. Second time out for Nareks in 2 weeks, so she was actually competing last week in Zagreb, and Zagreb to here, two competitions very close together. Mr. Vieira Jefferson, Brazil, will be officiating this match. I was saying that the Polish have been really doing well here. Pinkalska fighting for third. Porenc is in the final, so two guaranteed medals. Nareks is in white here. Pinkalska of Poland in blue. Tries for the Yoko Otoshi. Just didn't quite get the turn and the pull on the arm. I think a little bit of blood straight away there for Pinkalska. She'll have to leave the mat. Doctor doesn't come on the mat. They have to leave to get it attended to.
It's not the first time that Petronarix has been involved in a contest where there's been a bit of blood.
No. But the Slovenian team,
She's hard.
they're
She's
very,
hard.
very tough fighters. They train extremely hard.
Do you know what the funniest thing is? When you chat to Petronarix, she's not a tough nut at all. She's lovely.
Just a nice
She's
lady,
absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
But hey,
No, but I mean, they have to fight hard.
On the mat.
I've spoken to, we spoke to Tina Tusignac last week, didn't we? And we said, what's it all about? How do you train? We train very, very hard. She was as sweet as a nut. Beautiful lady. They're just hard.
no scorers yet. Second of the bronze medal contest. Jefferson Vieira is the referee in the middle.
That's not going to be enough there, just pulling the head down. She gets away with it this time, but we've actually spoken to the referees and the referees panel, and they're going to be penalising just for pulling down as well. If you dominate the grip and you pull down just looking for penalties, it's not going to be enough. Pinkowski gets away with it because Narix gets a penalty. Narix does a nice Ouchi. That's going to be a Wazari. So Narix gets a nice Wazari there. Nice Ouchi Gary. Drives it backwards. But she rolled. Anything that rolls is a Wazari. Oof. Narix went round the leg there for an Osodagari. The support leg wasn't quite where it should be there. That could have been really dangerous. Watch the, I'm just going to see if she, there's the Ouchi-gari there. Very low, driving Ouchi-gari. She sat her down on her backside, drove her backwards onto her back. Now it's Pinkowska has to do something. Over halfway. Ouchi-gari again. Well, Narix has got better and better throughout the day. Started off a little bit slow. Pinkowska that lost to Temilkova, who's in the final. So she came straight down here to fight Narix. Narix had to go through a repechage final here against Tutkova of Kazakhstan because she lost in the quarterfinal stage. It's only if an athlete loses in the quarterfinal stage they get any chances of medals. Into the last minute of this contest.
Interesting little thing about the Charlene van Snick. Our doctor is looking after her now. She's back up and, you know, not on her feet, but sitting up anyway.
That's good. We don't know.
But had passed out. And luckily, it happened after the contest was over.
I was going to say,
yeah. It's out of a minute.
Yeah, no. Just after.
Yeah. Well,
Narix really doing a good job here from a tactical point of view, everything that she should do, attacking at the right time. Got a couple of scores. Well, it's got a score up there. She's got 2 penalties against her now. Oh, that could be it. I'm saying that. Now then, has she thrown it away?
Big attack now from Piankowska. Really put the pressure on.
Just went below. Oh, that was close there. She's just held off here, Narix. I thought she was lucky not to get that third penalty there. I really do. But anyway, Narix holds off. She wins the bronze medal with Van Snick. A little bit fortunate there, Narix. Took the tactics a little bit too close to the mark. You can't run away in the last 30 seconds or the last minute. You can't just run away, and if you do, you have to make it look as if you're attacking.
Yeah, she was made to work very hard for that by Karolina Piankowska. Good effort from the Polish fighter, but she's going to be not distraught, but not going to be the happiest of campers, is she? She comes off the mat. Fancied her chances here against Narix.
Well, I must admit, I thought that she probably started this favourite, but Narix very experienced, and in the end, very sneaky little Ochigari there, drove off the back leg and got the drive.
Wonder if she's going to stick around to see her teammate in the final, because there's another Israeli about to take to the mat.
Yep, well, we'll see. Final just about to happen then, under 52 kilos category.
The final of the under 52 kilo category, Bettina Temelkova of Israel faces Agata Perenk of Poland. It's Temelkova in the white judogi, Perenk in blue. Only 20 years old, Temelkova.
20 years old, 136 ranked in the world. So he's putting what he's actually doing. The coach of the Israeli team putting a lot of his youngsters out as well for experience, and they're doing the business as well. They're up there roundabout. Saying that, Perench has beaten her on one occasion.
Khaled Anwar Ali of Egypt is the referee in the middle for this one. Temelkova, wow.
Well, she's impressed me, Temelkova. She really has. She's looked very, very solid, and I think she's going to be a real handful here. She could possibly win this. I've really laid it on the line now, haven't I?
Well, why not? Go on. Again, no Polish coach in the chair.
You know why?
Slightly over-enthusiastic in the preliminary rounds, and was asked once to vacate the coach's chair and to go into the stands, from where he began to coach again. So he was asked to leave entirely.
That Sori Komigoshi wasn't that far off there. Temelkova just put the hips across there. And I think a lot of this fight is going to go off the sleeves here. Just depends on who uses them and to what effect.
No, that was desperate looking almost.
Yeah, it's Perench that tries it this time.
So desperate was it that she's picked up a penalty. Now, we either gave her the penalty for that false attack or for passivity. I'd have gone for false attack. It was a pretty poor one.
That was a good one, though. Perench right the way underneath for the Sianagi. A lot of this is going to be down to timing, and if they don't get the timing right with the attacks, then the penalties will ensue. But Temelkova, like you said, 20 years of age, so still relatively new at this level. Oh, she's got it. That's got to be an ippon, hasn't it? Surely. What an ippon that was. And, well, Porench even does a break fall for her. That was immense. It really was. What a way to win your first Grand Prix gold medal. Absolutely murdered it. Brilliant stuff.
My goodness. That's the second absolute spanking that we've seen today. Who was the other one that we saw earlier on that was...
Just amazing, wasn't it?
It was another woman, though, wasn't it, that came up with an absolute thumping throw.
Well, you said throw of the day, but I think that's
that
fairly
probably
close,
be
isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, a gold medal for Israel, and well, I said I fancied her. You know, I mean, I fancied her judo course. You know, but my wife's obviously listening.
Too late.
Yeah, it's too late.
Story is out.
It's hit now. I've done it. What a brilliant technique that was. Kosoto, and well, she hand assists it over as well. Big massive Kosoto. She knew she'd done it. It was full commitment. Kosoto there, what a drive. And she almost lands on her own back. It was almost Kataguruma mixed in with it. It was just brilliant. What a terrific technique that was.
Agata Perink is looking up at the big screen. I'd suggest she didn't.
Well, she took that. There was nothing below the belt line. Everything was above the belt line. Right hand went round the waist here. She kept control of the sleeve all the way over. It started off with a Kosoto gak. Then it almost turned into a Uranagi, didn't it? It was Yoko Satemiwaza mixed in there as well. Brilliant. Medal ceremony of the men's under 60 kilos category then just about to start. Lutfuliev of Uzbekistan gets the bronze medal. Sharatov of Kazakhstan gets the second bronze medal. Islam Yushiev of Russia gets the silver. And Vigar Shirinli of Azerbaijan is the gold medalist.
Sorry about that, mate. We were just Charlene Van Snick walked past. Thought better have a look at her and make sure she was all in good order.
And she looked good as well.
Yeah, she's up on her feet, walking around. Got one of the chaperones with her to take her down to the podium now.
Well, that was the score that won it.
Yashiev.
What a score it was. It was, it was a terrific Yoko Satemiwaza there by Yashiev. Sorry, not by Yashiev, by Shirinli. Azeri national anthem just about to ensue.
I was looking at Vugar maybe for my, pick of the day, player of the day, but I think I might be looking at Tamelkova now.
Well, certainly for me, I think so. She did incredible.
We still got a couple of
Let's
categories to
wait
go,
and
but
see how it goes.
my money's on Tamelkova, Saratov, Lutfilayev, Yashuev, and Shirinli on the podium there. But the big prize going to Yaziri, the gold medal for Vugar Shirinli, his first, as we were saying, third time in a final, third time lucky. We come now to the first of the bronze medal matches. Baruch Shmailov. Sorry, I knew I was going to say that. Baruch Shamilov. I knew I was going to say that as well. Let's try this again. He's up against Sardor Nurilyayev of Uzbekistan. It's Shmailov in the white judogi, Nurilyayev in blue. And the referee in the middle for this one, Enrique Arana of Spain.
So yet another Israeli up for a medal. And they got some of their number ones missing. And of course, just heard, haven't we, that Great Gerby is just retired.
Yarden decided to
decide to call it a day.
Really?
Yes. Shmailov then in white. Nurilyayev in blue. Sometimes just a little bit of pecking order. Ooh, that was close. That was really quick as well. That was right the way underneath there for the Sodisura Kumigoshi. Crowd, I thought, were going to get up on their feet. And again, just pressure against the arm. Goes against the, actually against the arm. Yoko, ooh, Yoko Toshi there. Shmailov deciding to do his own attack. Nurilyayev, dangerous though. Strong fight for grips, as you would expect, as long as they're positive and progressive grips. Now he's got his grip now, Shmailov. I just get the feeling here, Sheldon, that somebody's going to go here.
Well, they're both dangerous throwers, aren't they?
Yeah, you can kind of feel it there, just a little bit of balance.
And Shmailov strikes me as the kind of fighter that thinks that he can throw anybody at any time.
Yeah, and you can never write him off. Of course, big throwers, you can never write them off. It can go down to the last second.
Minute 40 odd left to go. No score yet, but there's been enough action to suggest that we could yet get a score in this one.
Ooh, Chimata. Now something's going to happen. Oh, looking for the Kosoto there. Nurilyayev looking to change the direction. Oh, Chimata this time. Oh, well, Nuralev started to attack there, and Shmailov just started the counter. Well, these guys are only gripped up with one hand, but they're still very dangerous when it comes to throwing. Don't know quite what was wrong there. Something with the board.
Maybe they were just wanting to keep the coach a little bit quiet. He looked in that direction, didn't he?
Yeah. 18 seconds left. First 4 minutes. Well, normally at this stage you say somebody's got to commit, but they've both been committing, and every time each one of them or any one of them commits, the other one's in danger. Oh, Yoko Toshi! He was close with that. Nuralev just managed to turn out.
Just out of interest, where did Bettina Tamelkova come from on the IGF World Ranking list? 136.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, that was a dark horse. Shmailov, a judge to have committed some error.
Yeah, I didn't see exactly what that was, Shmailov.
Maybe up on the replay. And Sakumake was what was given.
Smilov gets disqualified, and it might have been for touching the legs, but that would only have been a Shido.
Would have had to have been a second time. I'm not sure what the first one was for. But it was in golden score. It was one penalty. So whatever penalty it was in golden score would have been enough. But 10 seconds. Well, if you commit an error in the golden score period, you're going to pick up a penalty. Not quite sure what that was for. We'll have a quick look.
Well, I'm sure that that seems a crying shame, actually, that something was decided. Couldn't pick between them, actually. Did you get what it was? Oh, it's shoulder. So his shoulder actually came in contact with the lower half, so he was using it to assist his opponent over.
Yes,
he was.
Yes, he was. Yeah, which is only a Shido, but because it was the only Shido in the golden score period.
Yeah,
then yeah.
So you're not allowed to use your shoulder to assist anything below the belt line, and you get a Shido penalty. So quite right, and well caught by the judges who were in the right place.
Right, we come to the next of the bronze medal contest in the under 66 kilo category. Dovdan Altansuk of Mongolia faces Artate of Kyrgyzstan. It's Dovdan in the white, judogi Tay in blue. And the referee in the medal for this one, Vyacheslav Piretiko of Uzbekistan, homeboy. There is another one, there's another Uzbek referee here, but I don't think he's going to make it into the finals. It's his first outing.
Well, this man very experienced, Dovdan of Mongolia. Tate I hadn't seen before, but I've been impressed with him today. He's had a good run through. Tate just losing to Gambold, the other Mongolian in the category who's in the final. Straight into the attack here, looking for the shimiwaza here, Dovdon, and he executes this quite well. I can tell you that the turnover as well into the Osai Komi is something that he gets often. No rotation with the Seoinage, has to get more rotation. This time, Tei's turn. Also having a problem getting the rotation. Nice attempt there at Yoko Toshi there from Dovdon. Of course, there's quite a few of the Mongolians. They execute the Yoko Toshi and the Kosoto. Much better rotation there from Tei. Dominating the sleeves. Push the sleeves down, got to use it. Action, reaction. Seoinage. Pretty even this, just over halfway, just past the halfway mark. Pretty nice that Mr. Yaskovic should come up and ask us about a score.
Yeah, what was your opinion, he said.
He did.
I was like, what? Excuse me? Single Shido.
Oh, now then that's
yes.
the score. Dovdon gets the score. Was Ari there to Dovdon? Tei came in for a Seoinage and he got taken back there.
Powerful, wasn't it?
My goodness.
Powerful.
Watch this double lapel. This is going to go into the hold down. He's going to try and get that, either go onto the arm, half Nelson it, and try and get that leg out.
Strongly
He's going to
trapped.
squeeze onto the head first. Pressure will go onto the head. There's a shimiwaza there. There's a strangle there as well. All right, so the shoulder goes against it and then into the hold down there. The leg just popped out.
Beautifully explained. He couldn't hold it, but the best part of that action was Neil's description of it, actually. Poor old Dovdon couldn't hold on to it. But he starts working here. He knows where he wants to go. Oh, this was the...
That was the actual Uranagi.
Yeah, into it, and then after that,
yeah. So, last minute. Into the last 40 seconds then. Tei needs a big score.
And thank you very much for all your messages, in particular a reminder that it was Anna Borowska of Poland who planted Caggiano of Italy for Ippon earlier on in the under 57 kilo category. Thanks very much for that. Memories are going here. So
that's excellent. We're old, you see.
One in the 52 and one in the 57. But it is, and it's a nice sign that both of the big scores have come up from lightweight women.
From Poland as well. Into the last 10 seconds then, and Dovdon just needs to hold out now. Tei needed a big attack. Looks up at the clock and it's all gone.
Single score by Dovdon Altansuk was enough to grab him the bronze medal from Artate. Good effort from the man from Kyrgyzstan.
No, it's an excellent effort, and it means that there's going to be 2 on the rostrum, 66 kilos from Mongolia. Failed Sianagi, that right arm again, that Sariti hand gets left behind. It isn't a strong attack, and he gets taken backwards.
Let's have a look at some of the highlights then.
So we just heard 9th medal for Dovdon in Grand Prix Grand Slam.
Busy chap.
Yes, IJF World Tour events. Shows absolute consistency there. Look at the lift he gets there. Absolute amazing lift. And from very, very low as well. But a leg comes in as well, just assists it over. Well, the reason that he gets the absolute score as well is because he stops it absolutely dead, starts a new attack.
Neil spoke about another Mongolian, and here he is. Ganbol Kurlan of Mongolia faces Dmitry Minkov of Belarus. It's Ganbol in the white judogi, Minkov in blue. This should be a good one.
Well, they're all attack, aren't they? The Mongolian team, it's all about attack. You don't know how to take a step backwards, that's for sure. And they can attack from different positions, different directions.
How's your luck in the final? Ramzadin Saidov of Uzbekistan is about to referee his first IJF Judo World Tour final. Top draw, man. I thought that he'd done well during the day. He looked the part, he refereed well, and there's the reward for him in the final.
He does fill that blazer.
He certainly does. A couple of clubs that I've been to, and he could be on the door and not look out of place.
Well, Minkov, he's had a good day today. He's just one of those fighters that you make a mistake and he'll take advantage. Opens up with that Sianagi, drop Sianagi.
He's had a difficult time, Ganbol Kurlan, because he's always been the nearly man for Mongolia. As a youngster when he came in there, Hashmatar had just moved from 66 to 73 to make way for Davidorj to Merkeleg. You know, so there wasn't any room in there for Ganbol. He was picking up, you know, second, third string outings. Not now, though.
I tell you what I have noticed, Mr. Sayadov in the middle there, pretty quick with the old Shidos and you know, winding them up. He wants more action straight away.
Get on with it.
And we were talking about it earlier when he was a competitor. He took the longest route back to the middle. Ooh. Oh, something's going to happen. Yes, it is. What a score that was. Minkov took advantage and now straight onto the arm. Looking for the Jujigatami turn. Needs to put pressure on. Put pressure onto the arm. Get the far leg if he can. Well, we said that one small mistake and he takes advantage of it. Ganbol there was off balance. And because he was off balance, the tewaza and the hand control from Minkov there took him onto his back.
It's another one who's trying to reach too far. You know, your body's leaning backward and you're trying to take your opponent in the opposite direction.
Well, it's the old adage of use your own opponent's weight against them, and it's maximum efficiency, minimum effort, and that's what it's all about. It really is. Action, reaction. I've used about 5 different things there, all in 2 sentences.
Well, can the Belarusian hang on to the score now with Ganbol foot to the floor, chasing him here.
Well, Gambold will open up, which could work to his advantage, or it could work to his disadvantage with Minkov.
Can't afford to pick up a penalty, though, the Belarusian. Really got to stay penalty free now because there's so much time here.
Yeah, Minkov was looking there. Gambold has a really nice uchimata, beautiful uchimata, but he's going to have to watch the hands and the turning action from Minkov, who will look for the Sakeshi with it. The counter attack off it.
He's just too defensive, Minkov, I'm afraid. He's just that was going nowhere.
Yeah, he's kind of tightened it all up, hasn't he? 1 minute 11. He knows the uchimata from Gambold.
Now's the time to really pressure him, Gambold.
Well, he's going to have to. He'll have to put the pressure on, and he'll have to take the fight to him.
He can't afford to go at this pace, Gambold. He's really got to step it up.
See that every time he goes for the uchimata there, he's ready to sidestep it. Oh, massive surigoshi there. And now Minkov is going to have to do something. Look at that, off the belt. 2 hands on the belt there, and the hand goes down. Luckily, it didn't collapse.
He's lucky not to pick up a passivity penalty as well. He really hasn't been in it. He's just been backing off. He's dropped a couple of times.
Oh, he's taken him again!
Incredible.
Oh, and that was incredible, like you said, wasn't it? Gambold, he attacked again, he knocked him off balance, and it was Tewaza that took him over. Second was Ari there to Minkov.
Well, he got given a life. He just waited for him.
Yeah, it was uchimata again. He just waited for him to start to come out. As he comes out, that's when he uses the Tewaza, uses the hands there to direct him.
Well, you were the one who said about opening up, and Gambold did, and he got caught.
He did do here. He's been counter-attacked by Minkov. Minkov gets a second penalty. Just needs to block out. Nothing silly now. Last 2 seconds. And he is the gold medalist. And he fully deserves that.
That's my player of the day.
It was brilliant stuff because, you know, from a tactical point of view as well, he knew that if he tried to do the same kind of judo as Gambold, he would have been taken over. Gambold has a fantastic range of techniques. The uchimata is great. He waited for him to come out. He knocked him out of line, and when he came out 2 different times, he used the Tewaza and his hands to take him over, and he counter-attacked twice.
Terrific work. It looked as though it was getting away from him tactically, but he got given that little bit of a pass. He was the one with the score on the board, and after that, when Gambold came in and opened up, he took him over, as Neil said, for the second score. Well handled by Ramzadin side off as well. I have to say that. Good job.
Well, I tell you what it is as well. It's judo tactics for the people at home that are watching this. It's judo tactics with a positivity behind it and with the intention of trying to throw, not just sticking your backside out, straightening your arms, all right, but good. So waited his moment twice. That was the first one, and he just tips him onto his shoulders there, doesn't he? It was brilliantly executed. Again, the use of the hands. There was a second use of the hands that time. Uchimata from Gambold, and then waits for him to come out, and look at that. It's almost Sumio Tosh, and it is Sumio Tosh actually, and from a counter-attack. He's just walked past us, putting his hand to his head as though, as Gambold saying,
Oh, let that one slip, didn't I?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he did, you know, and
Yes.
he knew it, you know, but it was good man that beat him.
Yeah.
He did very, very well there. That was brilliant.
We come now to the awarding ceremony for the women in the under 52 kilo category. They're lined up down at the far end of the competition hall, and the medals are going to be presented by the IGF competition manager and newly elected executive committee member, Dr. Lisa Allen. The first of the medals goes to Petra Nareks of Slovenia. The second of the bronze medals goes to Charlene van Snick, who, as you can see, is up on her feet and in reasonably good condition. Silver medal goes to Agata Perink of Poland. But the gold medal goes to Bettina Temelkova of Israel, who came very close to walking away with the Player of the Day title. But Benkov has done it after that win in the under 66 kilo category. She would, however, come up with Throw of the Day, which is absolutely beautifully worked.
Well, if you can put a name to it.
No, I cannot.
It was a crossbred, definitely Kosoto Gak stroke Yoko Otoshi into Kataguruma.
Garuma, yeah.
and,
We'll have to catch Dmitry Minkov for the interview quickly afterwards. But before that, the national anthem of Israel. Gold medal for Israel. Shani Hershko's had a funny old day of it, hasn't he? That first round disappointment with Noah Minska taking a lump out of her opponent's hand with her teeth, and then comes up with gold medal winning performance in the under 52 kilo category. Nareks and Van Snick were the bronze medalists. Perink took the silver, to Melkova the gold. Neil.
yeah, just great performance. I thought, well, if you could give two players of the day, she'd get one of them. Brilliant.
We come now to the first of the bronze medal contests in the under 57 kilo category. Katia Kaiser of Slovenia faces Giulia Caggiano of Italy. It'll be Kaiser in the white judogi, Caggiano in blue. And it was Caggiano who got thrown earlier this morning by Anna Borowska. We got reminded of that.
We did, very nicely. Thank you very much for that,
yeah.
reminding us here. Sometimes have a blank, but we're watching so many matches that sometimes we have to be helped. It's with our minds as well, getting to the age that we are.
The referee in the middle for this one is Alejandro Caida of Argentina. Right, we're underway now. Kaiser gave a reasonable account of herself earlier on, managed to be on the receiving end of quite a technique, but up until that point, she showed well. Let's see how she gets on here.
Well, it surprises me there that she's aggressive, being Slovenian and representation.
A bit punchy.
Yeah. Ooh. All of the Slovenian team all train under the same coach, and every one of them trained military style in a very physical way.
Caggiano won't be wanting to go over for a second time on the highlights reel.
No, she certainly won't. So left against right here for this bronze medal match. If you have right against right, the sleeve normally presents itself pretty good. Opposites. Then you can have a problem getting the sleeves, but these two have no such problems. Cianagi again this time, Caggiano. And the hips went right the way across. So now Kaiser gets the Shido up there. She's got to up the pace a little bit, up the ante.
Little stab at Kojigari, and then just unsettling Caggiano as Kaiser looked as though she was going to go across the left Toshi. Caggiano just went to ground and thought, rather than wait to see if that develops, I'll just go to ground now.
Well, there's quite a bit of one-handedness here because they can't catch the sleeve because of the opposite stance. And in that case, it's got to be sleeve first. Catch the sleeve first, then the lapel, then go in.
Left the left leg behind, you know. It's just I don't know.
Well, a lot of it down to the grip. She's got the shimiwaza. Oh, I thought that was across the neck there, but it was across the face.
Born in 2000. He's Slovenia now. IJF media manager tells us that she was born in 2000. He's 17. 16. Going on 17, depending on when in 2000 she was born.
Well, I met my wife in the year 2000. I know exactly where I was. Shido each on the board. They've got to now bear that in mind with their attacks. Can't afford a second penalty. .49 seconds left in this contest.
It's gone quickly, hasn't it?
Well, it has. Anybody's contest, this one.
It reminds me of someone. Sort of familiar looking face. Shido apiece. Kaiser and Caggiano. Going to try and work on the arm here. Talk us through this one. It's not going to go anywhere. Got it blocked already.
Not at the right angle, and also just not locked in. You know, a common mistake. Don't lock into the arm first. They go for the roll first. So actually what you have to do is you have to get the leg in and catch the arm and then start the roll, not the other way around.
We're going to see her next week when we are in Croatia for the Junior World Championships. She's going to be a handful there. Got to be.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. The beauty of the juniors coming through, they start to take some medals and gain valuable experience at senior level, and then back to the juniors, carry on winning, and then come up to the seniors and then get into the habit of winning senior level as well. So any score now on the board, any one Shido will decide it, any score from a throw, hold down, arm lock or strangle. Both going in at the same time, both attacking exactly the same time.
Just give the edge slightly to the Slovenian, I think.
Well, of course, being aggressive isn't enough. You've got to be precise as well. It's no good just dropping onto your hands and knees and coming out there and just tapping away. You have to be positive. These two both going in at the same time.
Clash of bodies. It's like a car crash, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Both wanting to take the same spot at a intersection. See, for me, that's not the way to finish up. You know, opponent's knocked to the ground, every single opportunity, you know, to hammer that home. Kaiser was back up on her feet very quickly there, ready to go again. Caggiano took some time to get back to the middle.
Well, that was about the closest, wasn't it? Caggiano there, in for the Cianagi, and Kaiser will have to fire back.
It's almost schoolgirlish the way that they attack without any kind of hold at all. You know, they just get a hand on and do anything that comes to mind.
Well, this is what differentiates between junior and senior. Oh, and that was close. Didn't quite get a top half in contact with the mat.
Yeah, just sat her on the backside. Not quite enough. 2 contests to come after this. The second of the bronze medal contest and then the final.
So now who wants it most? 1 minute 50 left, gone, sorry, in the golden score. So the golden score is just counting upwards. What we don't want is the referee looking for penalties to give just to get the match done. We want something to decide the match.
They're both busy enough.
Both attacking.
It's not the highest quality attacks that we've ever seen, but they're both enough to warrant the contest, you know, being left to continue. No one's given a false attack as yet. 2.5 minutes already of golden score. As long as they keep up a good work rate, he'll let them continue.
Wow, they're coming in from different directions, aren't they? They really are. It's left and right, and
the problem is
clashing.
They go to attack, and their opponent isn't there any longer. Not through defence, but through some their own attack, and it looks really odd because it's not actually a defence. It's that they're attacking at that time.
3 minutes in. So they've been fighting 7 minutes now, these ladies.
Yeah, good bash. It's a good little battle here. Oh, close.
And Kaiser now just about gets off that one. So it's one attack to Kaiser, one to Caggiano. Well, looks like they might
continue. Just at a quick look at the table, but what's to stop? They're both attacking.
Well, that was the closest we've been, wasn't it? Kaiser just a little bit closer. This will be a good medal for her, 17 years of age.
Amazing. Maybe that last stoppage by the referee where he just had a look at the control table, just give them a little bit more incentive to step it up. But after we're now into a second contest plus. We've already had the first 4 minutes. Now we've had 4 minutes of golden score. Now we're 17, coming up to 20 seconds into a third contest.
Well, if you're going to win it, it's worth fighting for, and that's definitely what these two are doing here. Kaiser just going ahead. Now Gagiano will have to fire back.
Yeah, big effort now from Kaiser. Will finish it off. Oh, and we close.
Well, that was a close one as well. So that
Gagiano,
kind of evens it all up again. Well, you could say that this is fairly even, this match. Not a lot between them at all.
And they've still got something in the tank. No one has fallen off the pace here. Into our 6th minute of golden score.
Yeah, it's a long match. Every one of them are just attacking at the right time.
It's always in 57 kilos as well.
It seems to be, doesn't it?
Where's this one going then? 9 minutes and 20 odd seconds already. And they're still busy. Look, go on. These are reasonable efforts.
Well, Gagiano just managing to pull it out there. Like you say, great condition, these two.
Yeah, nobody's flopping.
Well, still coming forward, Kaiser. Still coming forwards. Gagiano replying.
Good little tussle, this, Neil. We're not talking about the highest quality judo, but again, we're talking about spirit. There's real spirit here. Nobody's saying, okay, I've had enough. Throw in the towel. No chance.
Well, I've got to say that if I'd have gone that long into a contest, I'd say no chance. I'm not giving that up now.
Yeah, I've invested too much.
No, yeah, absolutely. Coming away with nothing.
You're like, mastermind, I've started, so I'll finish.
Yes.
They both attack at the same time. This is the difficulty. Neither fighter can get really settled. Look, there again.
Well, now it's Gagiano starting to drop. One more drop, I think that might be it.
We're not going anywhere. There's no rush. I'd let him battle it out. Unless it was, really blatant, just keep it going. It's a good little battle here. 6 minutes plus. Oh! Yeah, this is it now.
I think so. I think Gagiano just fallen behind here, hasn't she? She's really struggling to stay up with this.
Give it one more roll of the dice. This is it. Kaiser can close it out now. Big attack here.
Still going forwards. Can you believe it?
No,
Kaiser going forwards all the time.
Done now.
This is going to be it. It's all over, I think.
Yeah.
So Kaiser's going to get it. 17 years of age.
Could be for the step out, from the Italian. A little bit of pressure in there. There was no attack that you could identify as a waza, and off she stepped. That's what I'm going for. I'm going for the step out. Step out against blue. That's where my money is. The Slovenian to take first of the bronze medals in the under 57 kilo category. Let's see what happens here. Yep. Step out blue. Yep. Bit of pressure. Should have stood up. Yeah.
A lot of effort and big long contest. My goodness, wasn't it? Nearly 10 minutes. Well, yeah, quite rightly. 2 feet went out, and that was it. I think you'll see quite clearly that she does step out with 2 feet. 2 feet go out. It's definitely Judo penalty.
Right, coming up next, Sevara Nishanbayeva of Kazakhstan faces Sabrina Filzmerzer. It is Nishanbayeva in the white judogi, Filzmerzer in blue.
Tiny bit of an age difference between these two, but Filzmerzer has been out so many times at these Grand Prix, Grand Slams, one of the most consistent fighters. She's on a, I think, 3rd or 4th Olympic cycle. One of the most experienced fighters in women's judo. Here she is. European champion as well, 37 years of age, can you imagine? And she's one of the most experienced. She has good transition into groundwork, and that's where Filzmerzer will be trying to get Nishanbayeva. Nishanbayeva is wearing white here. She makes a mistake, goes down on the hands and knees, it will be a big mistake. Still fighting for medals at top class events, Filzmerzer. And I've watched her go into extra time as well, several occasions. And she doesn't struggle. Ashley was there. Filzmerzer now going on to the arm. Watch this. She'll go on to the opposite arm. Then she'll slide round. Now watch her do the back turn. Does the back turn and then into the hold down. And you know, how many times do we see her do it? She just turns it into the Yushiro Kusakatami. Oh, she's lost it. Well, that's a shame. She's going to go again on it. Latches onto the arm. She's going to go and she'll do the back somersault again. Now this is a slightly different way in. Now she'll climb out of the legs. She'll climb out of the legs, she'll control that arm, and just manages to get out there. Credit to her, and what can you say? Nishanbayeva there just manages to climb out, outside the area. Good bit of groundwork though. Filzmerzer has shown up that she's got to avoid certain situations. Nishanbayeva will have to start an attack. Best chance is to try and throw Filzmerzer. Filzmerzer there just trying to defend that Osaragari. Going for the arm now. Nishanbayeva almost catching the arm from the Kouchi. From the Tomonagi, sorry. Now right to right. Nishanbayeva looking good. Filzmerzer just trying to start the roll. Can she start it? Is she going to go onto the arm? Now she changes it. Needs to attack the arm and then put pressure onto the head. Well, for somebody that's dominated the match, Filsmoser, still no score on the board, saying that Nishinbayeva has done more standing techniques. Most referees will mark the standing techniques above the above the newaza. And that's going to be a score. And what a score that was as well. Nishinbayeva takes her down, and now she has the hold down. Can she secure it? She has got it. She's got the Osai Komi. Is she going to get out of that? Filsmoser trying her best now just to turn out. The top half is still in contact with the mat. Togata just on 19 seconds. She's going to get another Wazari for that. Soto Makakomi takes Filsmoser down, and then she secures the hold on Filsmoser. 3 Wazaris on the board, and Nishinbayeva now has secured the win. Well, it was on literally 19.5 seconds, but certainly she got out of that, Filsmoser, and it should be 3 scores on that board, not 1. So there should be 3 scores, should be 3. Well, don't look at the 1 on the board, because for sure, right, she has 3 scores here, Nishinbayeva. And I can't understand why it's been reduced to the 1.
There's another one.
Well, she put that beyond doubt there, but that still wasn't correct, because there were 3 scores on the board.
Her shoulder's busted.
One from a hold down. Filsmoser loses this by ippon to Nishinbayeva. We're going to have a look in slow motion in a second. We'll have a look at all the scores and see how they unravel.
Daniel Laskow, the sport director, IJF sport director, is down there as well. He's having a look. So maybe he just wants to make sure that things are tidied up, and for whatever reason.
Well, yeah, it's got to be tidied up. There were 3 scores on the board. There was a 19.5 second hold down for 1, and there were 2 scores beside that. So it should have been 3 scores on the board.
She's done the business, hasn't she?
She did, and then she did an ippon there just to, well, okay, if you're not going to give me that. There's the Soto Makakomi. She turns it into the hold down, so she holds Filsmoser down.
That's one.
Filsmoser then gets out. That was the second score, by the way.
That's the same one.
Yeah, but I thought she scored before.
No, that was the Wazari.
So there's the Wazari. Then she holds her for 19.5 seconds. There's the second score gone up.
The second score will go up for the Osai Komi. Ooh.
So then Filsmoser gets out at 19 seconds. So at least 2 scores on that board.
Yeah, and then she comes back with a third for the ippon. So there were at least 2. Right.
At
so
least
there was
2, but only 1 was showing.
Yeah.
So
okay, we can
no doubting that one.
We can talk to them after that. Yeah.
That little Ouchi there just took Filsmoser down for the ippon. Wow. Here we go.
We come now to the final of the under 57 kilo category. Timna Nelson Levy of Israel has a chance to add to Israel's medal tally here. She faces Anna Borowska of Poland. It's Nelson Levy in the white judogi, Borowska in blue.
Yeah, another chance for a medal, gold medal here for Israel. This would be 2 gold medals, my goodness. First day competition. That is amazing. but also Poland well in there. Borowska will have something to say about Nelson Levy winning gold. Should be an exciting match. Last final of this first day. Drops Sianagi straight away there. Borowska, European champion Borowska. Just goes to show that if you have a good system within your country, that's going to be a score, isn't it there? Borowska scores. Was our 8? I'm going to say if you have a good system, everybody training hard together creates results. That's what's happened in Israel.
And even the Polish team at this weight have got 3 or 4 really useful competitors.
Yeah, and obviously training together, you can see it.
We spoke earlier on about that marathon golden score that happened in the Cadet World Championships, and that is an under 57 kilo category Polish fighter, Natalia Kropska. So I'm sure that Borowska has been on with her. And there are a few others in there.
Times, I think.
Yeah.
More than a few times.
The number 1 in Poland isn't here actually in this competition. Julia Kowalczyk, Arleta Podolak, who went to the Olympic Games for them, and then you've got Anna Borowska, and then adding into that mix their new find, if you like, the 17-year-old Natalia Kropska. You can throw them all in, and I bet your national championships would have a few good bodies knocking around there.
Like I say, great job there. Marian Telej doing a great job. This man here doing a great job for Israel.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Well, they got to grip up. They'll have to. Borowska won't be able to just rest on that. She's got 2 minutes to go.
I wonder if Bettina Tamalkova has already been to doping control and is out here watching her teammate now. Timna Nelson Levy. Agata Perink, who competed earlier on, she's up in the stands.
So a little bang and tiny little bit of blood. Just got to stop the flow.
It was Israel overcoming Poland in the final of the 52 kilo category, and it's Israel-Poland here again. And do you remember it was that matchup?
Well, you did say.
Israel-Poland in the semi-final, and they've made it to 2 finals. And at the moment, the Israelis are taking it at the moment. So.
Well, that was the score there. Took her onto her side. The upper part of the body has to make contact, and the arm has to be inwards. If it's out, then it doesn't count.
Borowska having to just rinse mouth out. It was a bit bloody, and now Timna Nelson Levy having to come and have some blood wiped from her foot. So maybe that's where the contact came, you know.
Could be.
Foot and mouth it was. And they're just wiping that up. Getting things tidied up. Yeah, it's you.
And you.
Camera shot. Shani's been on the camera before. He's completely used to it, isn't it? Karolina Pienkowska was a little bit more camera shy in that last shot. I wonder if Arleta Podolak is watching her teammates at home. We send a big hello to you. Maybe we'll see you back on the circuit soon.
Well, apparently we have got quite a few of the Polish team watching us and following this, following us, should I say, and following their fighters and listening to our commentary. So a big hello to everybody in Poland.
Last shot there was of Maria Petitskaya, who we saw her taking a medal, a bronze medal in the under 48 kilo category. Petitskaya a little bit earlier on from Russia.
Nelson Levy going forwards here into the last minute. She realizes that this is slipping away, so she has to take the fight to Borowska. But Borowska, for me, has to be a little bit careful because she is definitely on the back foot. She's backpedaling and she's now in defensive mode. She's trying to hold on to that score rather than trying to score on an opponent. Saying that, comes in with a really good strong attack there. Nice Cianegi. Under pressure. You see Polish and Israeli support there, shouting for their fighter, of course. Nice Cianegi again, Borowska.
Got into a good position, didn't she?
Well, it's good rotation and it's tight upper part. Nelson Levy going to get the second penalty up. So even under pressure, Borowska managing to beat her just to the attack. That wasn't a good one, though. That might get a Shido for pulling down. Doesn't get it. Gold medal to Poland. Borowska, the European champion.
She ties things up then.
Yeah, she wins it.
The head-to-head with Israel and Poland.
Well, ties it up on a personal base as well because Nelson Levy was 1-0 up on their head-to-heads.
Ooh.
So it's 1-1 now.
Just shading it there at the end. Now, don't go anywhere just yet because we've got 2 awarding ceremonies to bring you, and then we'll say goodbye properly. Karolina Pienkowska is there to celebrate with her. Well done. And then Coach can come in.
Well, there he is, Marian Telej there. Dear friend, and he's a lovely man, really wonderful man, he really is.
And Agata Perink as well, can give her congratulations. Yeah, we've got 2 awarding ceremonies to bring to you. The men's under 66 kilo category, which is about to take place after these highlights, and then we'll have some more highlights and be back for the final awarding ceremony in the under 57 kilo category.
That was the score. Wazari scored there, took her onto her side. Ogoshi, I think it was, just arm around the waist, and yeah, just an Ogoshi driving from the side. Knew exactly what she wanted. I think she knew it as soon as she landed there.
Right, we've got the awarding ceremony in the under 66 kilo category. The referees are the medals are being presented by the IGF Sport Director, Mr. Daniel Lascal. The first of the medals the bronze medals goes to Dovdan Altansuk of Mongolia and to Sardor Nurailev of Uzbekistan. Silver medal goes to Ganbol Kurlem of Mongolia. The gold medal goes to Dmitry Minkov of Belarus.
Well, it was really great opportune judo from this man, wasn't it, that snatched the 2 scores here.
He's my man over there.
Yeah, well, he waited for the right moments, and the right moments came in the end.
I'll just catch a couple of words from him, if I can, before we shoot off. But before that happens, we're going to have the national anthem of Belarus. Time for the family picture, they call it. I never really like that, but you know, sometimes you just have to go with what they say. Dovdan Nurilayev took bronze medals, Ganbol the silver, but it was Dmitry Minkov of Belarus who walked away with a gold medal. Let's have a look at some highlights before we come back with the last of the awarding ceremonies, and then perhaps during this highlight period, maybe Neil Adams got a few words to say.
Just, I'm impressed. You know, we seem to have had a lot of different matches won against different styles. You know, and that's the beauty. I think the nice thing here is that we've seen a lot of different styles, a lot of different techniques executed from different angles, and I think that's always good to see. It's not always about traditional style judo. Some super stuff though, and it's been exciting. It's been a good first day.
Yeah, Borovska and who was it? We were just talking about her. Tamelkova. They had for me the biggest throws of the day. Absolutely super. I enjoyed watching both those techniques because they were really full-bodied thrashings. Really nice finishes.
That's what you want to see, isn't it? You want to see full commitment to the throws and fully committed right the way to the end.
Monkbat showed us excellent skills in Neerwaza.
As always.
Enjoyed watching that.
Yeah, and I mean, it's interesting that we've got, you know, the medals are split. I mean, they've been split. The 5 gold medals went to 5 different countries: Mongolia, Israel, Poland, Azerbaijan, Belarus, each one with a gold medal. The top countries, of course, Mongolia with the 1st, 2nd and 3rd place. So they're leading just at the moment. Israel, gold and a silver. Gold and a silver for Poland as well. So it's still all to fight for on the second day of competition.
Minkov, I enjoyed watching. Vugash Rinley, perhaps now just with the bit between his teeth, you know, thinking, hey, you know, I've been there a few times, but now I'm here as the gold medalist. Curlin is, Gambol Curlin is really still pleased with his medal.
Nice chap as well.
Yeah.
Big smile on his face.
2 medals for Mongolia in there, wasn't there, in that 66 kilo category?
Well, like I say, such depth in their category, really, their country. 1 gold, 1 silver, 1 bronze. They're only on the first day of competition here.
Poland a gold and silver. It's not bad, is it?
No, it's excellent, and it bodes well for the next 2 days of competition. So just lining up now, just ready to come out for the final medal ceremony. And 57 kilos category for ladies.
There's a shot of Vugar Rinley, the gold medalist in the under 60 kilo category. 3rd time in an IJF World Tour title, a World Tour final. And at last he made it. Was it the 3rd time or the 2nd time today? He's got 1 medal, hadn't he? He got a silver at a Grand Slam. That was it. And he
silver
had
in a Grand Slam, first time medal in the Grand-Prix tournament.
In the Grand Prix, and it had to be
gold.
Yeah. So 2nd time then. Islam Yashuev of Russia was his opponent in there. Right, I think they're ready, you know, with the medalist in the under 57 kilo category. It's the last of the awarding ceremonies. And I think, as far as I know, the medals are going to be presented by the president of the Azerbaijan Judo Federation and IJF Sport Director, Mr. Armen Bagdasarov. There you go. And alongside him is Ryshard Sobirov, the double world champion at under 60 kilos, also a medalist at the Olympics at 60 and a medalist at the Olympics at 66. And I said to him the other day, stay in shape, don't overdo it with the food. He said, I won't.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. The medals are going to, first of all, the bronze medals to Sevara Nishanbayev of Kazakhstan and Katya Kaiser of Slovenia. Silver medal goes to Timna Nelson-Levy of Israel, but the gold medal goes to Anna Borowska of Poland.
Yeah, good performance from her in the end, and I've got to say that I think it's been a good day's judo here in Tashkent. Lots of interesting matches and some great ippons. We've really had some interesting matchups, haven't we? So, some very interesting clashes of styles, which I think makes this event particularly unusual. Tomorrow we've got all of the middleweight categories, 2 men's and 2 ladies categories. So join Sheldon and I at the same time tomorrow. From both of us here in Tashkent, it's goodbye for now.
day of Tashkent Grand-Prix 2017 here in Uzbekistan. We congratulate today all medalists for the all athletes. Also remember that tomorrow will be the second day and the preliminaries will start from 12. Once again, thank you for coming and supporting judo. Thank you.